What's going on, traders? Welcome to this week's Forex forecast. If you're new to the channel, what we do is we rank the currencies based on fundamental data. We then look at the commitment of trader reports to see where the big banks and institutions, if they're long or short, as you can see right here. And we use that to create a long or short bias, and then we correlate them to supply and demand zones on a price chart to see where the best places to buy or sell are on a price chart. And if you're interested in learning about this stuff, hit that subscribe button. I do this once a week, and I have other trade review videos and all that good stuff to help you guys learn. And yeah, we'll hop right into it here. I'll break everything down. So we're gonna start with the US dollar. We'll look at this sheet I created first. So basically, look at the reports down here. The United States inflation rate was revised to positive 1.30% from 1%, which is a 0.30% increase, and is now the highest inflated major currency. Their inflation was tied with United Kingdom's inflation rate. They were both 1%, and then it just got revised to 1.30%. So that was basically the only major change regarding last week. If you're interested in last week's report, I posted that last week. You'll see the video. What else here? The pound COT reports show that non-commercials are removing a lot of short positions, now majority long. And the Canadian COT reports show that the non-commercials are removing 6,000 short positions and adding 3,000 long positions, which is pretty bullish on the Canadian dollar. So that's the report. We're going to hop right into it here. So the United States, it is now tied for fifth strongest currency, tied with the euro. They are 40% long, 59% short. Not a crazy difference. It's not like the Swiss where it's 73.27 or the euro where it's 83.17. But the strength of the euro also is related to the United States here. So I am bearish on the US dollar. Yeah, especially long term. But we're going to look at the chart, the DXY chart right now. I've talked about this monthly demand zone on the top right here. Price is trying to come down into here. It looks like it's having a hard time. It's moving up. This zone on the daily was broken, which is kind of a bullish sign. But I do think that it will be rejected again at some point. As you can see, DXY hit this 3-month area of buying. I wouldn't really call that demand. It is buyers stepping up. But I think the real demand is down here for the US dollar around this $90 mark. But as I've said in the last previous videos, I think, obviously nothing goes down in a straight line. We're going to see a pullback here. I kind of expected it. But I think maybe around this area again, we might even see a reversal happen down to the low side, so that we might come into this monthly area of demand again. And that's when I will become more bullish on the US dollar. Yeah, looking at the COT reports for the US dollar, they got rid of some short positions, which is probably why we saw that move up. But they still are majority short, 59% to 41%. So I'm still bearish on the US dollar, especially considering the other fundamental data as well. We'll go right to the next pair. We'll start with the Aussie here. So the Australian dollar still remains number one. Last week, the percentage of long to short, it was 50-50. Now they're more short. We'll look at the COT reports here for the Aussie. So yeah, they got rid of 1,000 longs and added 786 shorts. Nothing crazy. Obviously, that changed the percentage. They are now majority short, but this isn't crazy. Obviously, the Aussie has been on a tear. As you can see, lately it's just been on an uptrend, so I'm not surprised that we are seeing a pullback. This little, I never really was in love with this little 50% demand zone. It broke it. I do expect us to move down, and I'm definitely interested in buying around this area. I just don't really know where. What I would like to see is price to come down, maybe base out, create a new daily demand zone that I can draw a nice zone at, because this is all kind of tested. It's all kind of just weird. So in reality, I would like to see a push down, which I think we will see based on we're kind of coming up to this monthly area of supply. That's not the greatest supply zone, But, you know, I do want to go long, and I just don't feel like going long in any of this junk down here. Like I said, I want to see a new nice demand zone formed on the Aussie. So right now I've kind of been staying away from Aussie US dollar. There's a bunch of opportunities in here. I didn't really get any of them, and I hesitated, and that's a huge problem that I have. But I'm still working on it. But yeah, I do, like I said, I do see the Aussie having a pullback here. We're due. So I talked about that last week. Nothing really has changed that much for the Aussie. For the Swiss, I think that this even increased a little bit for percentage of long. So Swiss ranked number 2. That's great. And see, this is, I've talked about this last week. If you're new, this is what I'm explaining. So the Aussies, the rank is number 1, but look at the percentage of long to short. Yes, it's the strongest currency, so I am bullish, and I still remain bullish, but look at the percentage of long to short. I just don't think now is the right time to be buying based on that. Or at least if you do buy, be careful. You're probably going to see a pullback like I talked about, but this is what I like to see. The Swiss, ranked number 2, 73% long, 27% short. That's where I kind of want to put my money at, right? And we'll look at the COT reports here for the Swiss. Looks like they got rid of some longs and some shorts, so basically they did nothing. Kind of remained the same. Obviously, it went from 72% short to 73% short. And keep in mind, this is for the pair USD Swiss. So that's really, you got to switch this around. So this is really the opposite. So they added more longs on the Swiss. Nothing crazy though, but I'm still definitely bearish or bullish on the Swiss. And we'll look at the chart here. So I did take a trade in here that I'll show you. I didn't make a video on it. I took this trade here, this 4-hour level. It broke. I didn't hold all the way down here. Since it broke this level here, I did get out of the trade, but it made a little bit of profit, but that would have been a nice trade that I missed out on. But look, it broke that zone, so I didn't really like it. Was not a fan. So I'm going to delete that. And since I'm still very bearish on the US dollar Swiss, which means I'm bullish on the Swiss, I'm going to draw that out right there. I'm interested in going short around that area, especially since it removed this area here of demand. And, you know, we still have this to worry about down here, but, you know, I'm not too concerned about that area. So if we do get a pullback up to this area, my end take profit would be before this demand zone down here. But, you know, we'll have to see. We'll look on the 4-hour here. Nothing great on the 4-hour. You might have a little zone right here that you could maybe look for confirmation at. It's just not within my highest time frame on my trading chart, which is my daily. So I would be cautious about that. But yeah, for now I remain very bearish on the pair US dollar Swiss. So I am looking for shorts on that pair. Japanese yen, they are number 3. A pretty nice difference here, 66% long to 34% short. We'll look at the COT reports. Looks like they added, so this is the pair, USD Japanese yen. So they actually added 6,000 longs, which means they added more longs on the US dollar, which means that they took off, they took off shorts, yeah, for the jet, because this is all got to be switched around. So they added 6,000 longs, which is pretty significant, and took off 1,000 shorts. So I do expect us to be seeing a nice pullback on the Japanese yen here. We'll go to a chart. And this chart, guys, has just been, it's just kind of weird and wonky, but I do remain pretty bearish on the Japanese yen. I missed this trade. I should have taken that. That was dumb. I hesitate a lot. Like I said, it's a huge problem of mine, but I'm working on it. I'm getting way better at it. But I just don't see any setups. I know that I'm bearish on the Japanese yen, but I just don't see anything that, you know, I don't want to put my money here. If I do take a trade up in this area, it would have to be confirmation since it's tested, but you know, that might be one of these times where like you can take a tested zone based on the fundamentals and the strength, but I just don't see anything I'd put my money on right now. So I'm kind of just hanging on my, I'm just hanging around here, and this is a nice little 4-hour zone right here. It's kind of wicky, but I wouldn't mind maybe taking a stab at that, maybe low risk, based on the choppiness. But yeah, like I said, I just don't see, I don't want to put my money anywhere here. I just don't like any of it. We're going to be ranging in here, I think, for a bit. So yeah, Japanese yen, I'm sitting on my toes for now. The Canadian dollar, ranked number 4. It's kind of just stuck in the middle. 39% long, 61% short. Like I put down in here, the Canadian call report showed the non-commercials removing 6,000 short positions and adding 3,000 long positions. So it will be the opposite when we go to here. So they removed a bunch of longs, so which means they removed longs on the US dollar and added a bunch of shorts, which means it's bullish for the Canadian dollar. And that's a pretty big significant, I can't even talk right now, but it's a pretty big difference here. It was 60%, 67% long to 61% long. So obviously, I do expect to see a drop in the US dollar, and we'll go versus the Canadian dollar. We'll go to a chart here. As you see, we came up to this area here. I definitely don't love that area. Nothing I would like to put my money on, but I've talked about the Canadian dollar. We are in this monthly area of buying. Clearly, even on the weekly, we have seen a reaction on the weekly. I talked about this in one of my last US dollar Canadian videos, but I could see us coming up to here. I could see us definitely coming up to here, this area up here, see what happens. I still, you know, based on the call reports, I definitely could see us moving up, even though that they took off some longs, but because overall I am bearish on the US dollar, so I could see a move up, and maybe when we get to this weekly area, then I'm going to be looking for some shorting opportunities up in here. I did miss this long trade up here. I didn't find a nice entry that I liked, and maybe I hesitated. I kind of forget. But overall, I think the US dollar CAD is going to see go lower. But right now, looking at this daily, I don't see anything I want to put my money at, so I am sitting on my toes. Go to a 4-hour. Yeah, nothing great. That's not too bad. Kind of a weird looking zone. Maybe a confirmation type entry would be more suitable. We already looked at the US dollar. The euro, this is an interesting one. This is kind of a weird one. Their rank is number 5 according to the data up here, but they remain 83% long, 17% short. That is a significant difference. That's what I like to see. So we'll go to the euro and the call report here. Where is it? Euro USD. So the week before, they took off 11,000 longs, which is extremely significant. But look at the percentage of long to look at this. 250,000 long to 54,000 short. That is crazy. And they actually removed a bunch of shorts and are still, so I'm still very bullish on the euro USD. If you look over here on the commercials, they're extremely bearish. So it's a very different story. So I'm extremely bullish on the euro. This was removed, so I'm going to delete that. I just don't see, a lot of the problem is I just don't see any potential setups here. I just don't see anything that I like. I don't see a clean zone that I want to put my money on. And we are coming up to this monthly area of supply. So hopefully what we see is, maybe we'll come up, we'll see a reaction off here, come down, maybe formulate a new zone down here on a daily. It might take a while, guys, but you know, trading is a lot of waiting. Euro USD, the 3-month, even here we're seeing reaction off that 3-month already. So it's a tough call. It's definitely a tough choice, but like I said, based on the data, I'm pretty long biased here. So basically, if I see any nice setups, I'm going to be taking them on the euro. All right, last one, or not the last one. We're going to go over oil as well and gold. The UK. This changed because I wrote down here, GBP call reports show. Oh, sorry. GBP call reports show the non-commercials are moving a lot of short positions, now majority long. Not a crazy majority. It's only 58% to 42%. But I'll show you guys here. Pound. So this is the pound US dollar. They removed 9,000 shorts and they removed some longs, but that's significantly more shorts removed. The week before they barely did anything. The week before that they barely did anything as well. But clearly maybe the tides are shifting. Maybe the pound's going to be switching to a long bias here, because the pound lately it's been pretty much off of my radar. So it's slowly returning to more of a bullish trade for me. As you can see, the pound it's dropped significantly the past few days. We'll look at a chart here. I like this weekly area right here. You know, I could see us falling until then. And to go to the weekly right here, nothing great. I definitely don't mind this zone on the daily. I just don't know if we're going to get down to that area. If you look on here, this is all kind of choppy crap down here. But the pound, it's just nothing that I want to put my money on right now, to be completely honest. It's just the Swiss is what I like, the Aussies is what I like, the Japanese kind of what I like too. But it's just I'm waiting for these setups to present themselves on the chart. If the pound does get down to this weekly area, I'm definitely going to be looking to go long. Maybe I'll find a new daily area within that weekly, because I definitely could see price turning from that area. Yeah, that's the pound. I guess that's for all the currencies. And now we'll go to oil. I don't have a sheet for oil, but this is the latest report for oil. I don't know if you guys have seen, we'll go to a chart for oil, but price has been dropped down significantly. I talked about this zone a couple weeks ago. I did take a trade in this area on Thursday. Yeah, I think it was on Thursday. I made a little bit of money, nothing that I wanted to make. I took a 4-hour level in here. I'll show you guys. I ended up closing the trade out because of the weekend risk. I don't want to hold over the weekend. But I took this zone at the extreme in order to get the best profit potential. It was a tested zone, but I liked the fact that it was at the extreme, and I made a little bit of money. I wanted to hold, but you know, come Monday, I'm definitely going to be looking for a trade in this area to ride up to the top. And partially, my reason for that is if you look at these COD reports on oil, look at this: long 637,000. to 187,000 short. That's a pretty significant change, even though clearly here they took off almost 30,000 longs and actually added some short positions. And you know, that's probably why we see this move down. But overall, I mean, look at this. This is a great. What do you want to be doing here? Do you want to be looking to go short, or do you want to be looking to go long? I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely going to be looking to go long, which is why I called that area out on the price chart, which is why I'm probably Monday, I might even take another position on oil, because I mean, look at this. That's pretty crazy stuff here. I mean, well, this data all is delayed a week, but I mean, I can't see them this week like getting rid of like 500,000 longs, you know. I just don't see that. I just don't even think that's even possible. That the market would move quite a bit. So I'm still very long bias on oil. Okay, now to gold. All right, gold. Nothing really changed. I mean, they did add some longs and a little bit of shorts, but they're still 80 to 20% long bias. So it's the same kind of idea as oil, right? 313,000 long, 76,000 short. What are you going to be doing? You're going to be shorting gold, or are you going to be going long? I don't know about you, but I'm going to be looking to go long on gold. If you look here, I've talked about this monthly demand. I could see price coming down a little bit. You know, I could see some traders trying to go long on gold based on, this huge rally, and maybe they're going to get trapped up there. But I am looking to go long on gold. I don't know when. I don't like any of this. A lot of these charts, I know you guys have probably noticed a theme in this video of, nothing's really presenting itself as a setup on the chart. So I'm just simply not going to take anything until I see that. I'm not going to force anything that I don't want. I'm not just going to look at the COT reports and be like, I need to go long on oil. So you know what? I'm going long here with my stop up below there. I'm not really going to do that because, I don't know if price is going to come down here. I'd rather wait for a quality setup, a quality supply and demand setup to place my hard-earned money at, right? Do you want to be placing your hard-earned money at this area down here? Not really. That didn't really do much, but even this area here, it's not the best, but I'd rather place my money down here. It's a better area. It's a better price, $1,800 gold compared to $1,940. I could see price coming down here, and if it does, I'm definitely going to be looking to go long around that area. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it all up for this week. I hope you guys like this weekly Forex forecast. If you did, if you made it this far, please let me know in the comments. Nobody's ever let me know in the comments, so I don't think anybody even is making it this far, which is fine. I understand. It's understandable. But it lets me know that you guys are enjoying these videos. It lets me know to keep making more videos regarding these things. And I hope you guys don't get discouraged that basically everything I said is like, clearly I'm long bias on the euro, the Aussie, the Swiss, but I just don't see any quality setups to go on. The only thing I see that's pretty quality is the Swiss, which is that area here. Based on the fundamentals and the COT reports, I like this area. This is like my main target for the week, is this US dollar Swiss. I don't even know if price will get back up to there. We'll have to wait and see. Anyways, hope you guys have a good trading week, and I'll see you guys next week. Take care.